YouTube, a little earlier of a video. I'm pretty much going to be going over the trade recap. End up losing, as you guys can see, $430 across 5 fundeds. End up activating these two the other day, so I'm currently down 431, as you guys can see. Ended up having that trade yesterday and pretty much gave back that today. Pretty much was 0-2 for today. I'm pretty much going to be going over the trades, what I saw. Make this quick just because I got back from the gym. Don't have much time before work. But pretty much on the daily, let's just put this to ES real quick. So on the daily, right, we're still bearish. We're still targeting these lows, correct? The only thing about this is on NQ, it did close between this daily candle the other day. We're still expecting the daily fair value gap. But at the same time, this, obviously looks like a market maker sell model. So going into today, obviously you're going to be somewhat bearish to at least previous day lows. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going towards. Also on YM, we did end up taking out this previous day high, touching the end log, so I was a little more bearish. More reasonings why I was bearish is, if we look at this 4-hour candle on ES, right, we pretty much took out this high, still respecting this 4-hour, or pretty much inverse this, but regardless, we swept out this, or S&T here, still respecting this, right, we have these relative equal lows down here, and pretty much looking at this, right, bearish going today, 10 a.m. reversal, end up manipulating up, pretty much like a 930 Judas, and then pretty much what I was looking for here is some sort of, flip, right, so we end up closing below this, creating the 15-minute unicorn. Pretty much where I went wrong, I did trade ES, by the way, just because we had clear targets to the downside. What I messed up on is going short inside this 5-minute, right? Stop loss above this high. I was really liking the order flow, going short, so ideally you would want to sell here. But what I failed to realize is that we created a 15-minute bearish fair value gap. So when we have unmitigated, unfilled, fair value gaps, these tend to be the draw. So it really made no sense, logical sense, that we had SMT here, and then I wanted to go short here, right? Ideally, what I would have waited for was this, right? Something like a short here, right? Because it is sponsored by SMT, so you should pretty much place limits inside of here. Targeting this low, obviously the equal lows are pretty easy draw, and my stop loss could have easily been, like, I don't know, something like a 2RR, correct? Because this first presented fair value gap should be used as resistance to go lower. So that's pretty much what I failed out on. This trade ended up got stopped out for, I think it was negative $280. We can pretty much see real quick. Yeah, pretty much ended up losing $530 on that. Pretty much after that happened, right, I realized that we were tapping into this 15-minute, same as NQ. This also becomes your breaker, right, this low, so ideally you would want to short sell here. This is primarily why I don't trade Fridays, just because we tend to chop, right? If you look at a weekly candle, right, this is your weekly candle, right, let's just make this quick. Right, this is your weekly candle, right? So this is Monday, some of the times, Monday or Tuesday, right, creates the low of week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday tends to be the distribution, and the only thing about Fridays is that it creates the bottom wick, right? So the odds of it expanding lower is not as likely as it for to just chop, end up closing inside of here, creating this range, right? Friday tends to reset the weekly range, but today, right, we had red folder news. I like the setup a lot, honestly. Right, SMTs, we're in a still bearish. Right, we have equal lows on ES. Those 10 do not get left, right? If we leave it, obviously we're going to eventually revisit them tomorrow, but going today, like, we pretty much don't leave these lows, I'm going to be honest. 930 Judas, 10 a.m. reversal, it looked very, very good. Yeah, on the second trade, so I saw that we hit this 15-minute, saw that we created a bearish SMT at this 5-minute with ES. So technically this becomes your, SMT, so yeah. And then I pretty much went short somewhere in here. Stop loss, or pretty much had like a 2 hour stop loss, so it's pretty much something like this. Still expecting this first prediction on both assets to get respected and push lower. Right when we inverse this 5-minute, I end up adding 2 more out of 3 micros that I originally had, so I'm in with 5 micros. Ended up moving my stop loss down here. And yeah, pretty much after that, right, created this BPR. This should get respected, right? Pretty much just held this. I had no reason to break even. I'm not going to get emotional. I'm not going to be like, oh, it's not going my way, let me cut this. I'm gonna be like, no, like I put my stop loss in place. I'm confident where price should go. Price ideally should go here, right? I'm paying money to, find that out. So this candle ended up happening. I was like, okay, this could be a manipulation leg. Ended up reversing here. I am having my stop loss here, and I'm getting stopped out. So that's pretty much it. This week, yes, I am break even. Just unfortunately on these accounts, just because I just activated them today, they are in drawdown. But 3 out of the 5 funded accounts are pretty much green on the week. Pretty much break even. I wouldn't really call this a green week, but tough week, right? Didn't have a lot of trades going into the week. Just one of those weeks where you have to play defense. And pretty much highlighted everything in my Discord today, right? Draw liquidity was spot on. It's just, just inefficient price action. I'm not a big fan of Fridays because of this reason. But yeah, going into today, I was pretty much bearish, right? Still bearish. So I wanted to see manipulation up. We ended up getting that. SMTs at these highs, right? Equal lows on ES, like it looked good. So I got the manipulation. I'm just looking for something like that. Ended up getting that, right? I was a little hesitant right after London took out, or right when NQ took out these London lows because it created the SMT. But at the same time, I was bearish just because, that's what you really should be. But, this is just all-time high trading, Daily fair value gap get hit, equilibrium, right? It's just, that was a tough one, right? Just part of the game, right? Just part of the game. Because we inverse these, it made sense. And I'm just going to continue to, respect my edge that I have in this market. Obviously, yeah, cool. Some people end up going short here. Some people went up short, got stopped. Like, people win, people lose, but my edge for at least this month has been extremely well. So, just going to have to, win the next trade, not be in too much drawdown. But, yeah. Next week we have NFP. We should be trading Monday through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Friday. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. I'm about to post this on YouTube real quick, and y'all have a good weekend. See y'all next week.